Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Top Cut. I am host Crim Rohano, and with me are all four of the other Top Cut members: Ben Potter, Kyle Sukovich, Drew Holden, and Michael Pram. It's been a long time. We are back for our pre-states edition. We're doing monthly things now, and got away from doing weekly shows. But I kind of forgot how to do this, so I might stumble once or twice. So forgive me if I do. But either way, we are here to state. That's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to focus on getting everybody ready. We're going to focus on answering everybody's questions, whatever they might be. We're also going to focus on metagame. We're going to focus on Plasma Storm and how it shook things up, or how it will shake things up, or how we expect for it to shake things up. And then we're going to talk about the two-day states event that's going on in Illinois. So that's kind of what we have on the plate for tonight, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So anyways, to get started, how have you guys all been doing? It's been a while. We haven't really talked very much, and I'm kind of interested. Starting with Drew.
Been busy. Busy with work, man. I had my birthday the other day. It was 25. It was a very depressing birthday. I have to go to the B&B for like an hour and a half to get a license. It just reminds me how old I am, you know?
Wait, you have to get a new license at 25?
Yeah, in Ohio, yeah.
Wow. You know, I don't have to get a license till I'm 60 or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Oh, I love
before.
Arizona. You know what though? You're right that getting to be 25 is really depressing because every year, you know, when you're younger, you have something to look up to. You're like, oh, at 18, I'm gonna be an adult. At 21, I'm gonna be able to drink. Then you're like, well, at 25, I get to have a reduced car insurance, and then you get to be 25, and you're like, dude, I don't get to do anything until I retire now. I'm screwed. So yeah, it's kind of all downhill from your birthday. So happy birthday, man! Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. I didn't even do anything. Kelly wanted me to go Lobster Fest with her. Couldn't do it. Too tired. Calling it a night.
What else has been up?
More.
There was so much awkward silence. I didn't know what to say. Come on, keep going. Entertain.
He streamed once.
I did stream once. I've been playing some Pokemon online. It's pretty fun, you know. Until you play for like an hour and you get lasered every game, then you just rage quit.
I saw you streaming. You really showed them what Bad Deck Monday was really all about.
Atrocious Deck Monday. Abominable Deck Monday.
Did you actually win a game? I think you might have, right?
Excadrill won a couple. That was the only one, I think.
Excadrill is so awesome.
Yeah, old faithful, old reliable.
You know your that blog you posted. As soon as like we saw Excadrill as one of the answers, was like, you knew Drew made it.
Oh yeah.
Excadrill and Blue Ticket.
Yeah.
Woo!
I do remember you doing that stream though, and then all of a sudden you were waiting for so long for Kyle to get back home. He was at I think he was playing basketball, and finally Kyle gets home and you couldn't lose faster. You like just scooped immediately, and you're like, well guys, Kyle's here. And then Kyle did his terrible Deck Monday as well. So yeah. Anyways. I know you haven't really been very active in the Pokemon community, but you have been doing your thing, and obviously we're waiting for a bigger turn, right, Drew?
Yeah. We'll see.
All right. And Kyle, you've obviously been extremely busy with the Top Cut. So can you kind of tell everybody what's been going on?
Yeah, I've been streaming a lot lately. Just between Bad Deck Monday and regular streams, I've been playing a lot. I wanted to show off all the Plasma Storm cards because people are always interested in those. Yeah, I've just been playing a lot and also stream some other games. So just trying to get some more content out there. Getting ready for states this weekend. We'll be streaming from Illinois, which is going to be a 2-day event. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's been going on. Just lots of Pokemon stuff.
Had my mic muted, sorry. Look, man, still getting used to this. I got nothing with you, Kyle. I got nothing for you. I don't actually know what to ask you.
Yeah, because you don't watch anything I do.
I'm sorry?
Because you don't watch anything I do.
Yeah, no, I just apologized. I said I'm sorry. No, you know what, man? I've seen you. Probably you the most out of all the Top Cut guys. Anyways, I'm sure you have a lot of fans that have probably watched you more than I have. But
Crim was
I'm
watching
there.
you when
I'm
you
a
were doing
loyal
your Nuzlocke. He was like,
yeah, man.
"Come on, lose."
Yeah, cheering against me.
Look, dude. If you name your rival Crims, what do you want me to do? I don't know what to tell you. What am I supposed
Even
to
if
do?
the
No,
next game,
Kyle,
my
please
rival
win.
isn't named Crims, you still root against me.
Yeah, but he was named Crims, so it's irrelevant. All right, Potter. What about you, buddy?
I've been pretty busy with school. I didn't really care about school, but now I do. So I've been trying a lot harder, and I'm taking English, and it is rough because I don't like English. But I got a B plus on my paper, so that's great.
What about Pokemon related?
Pokemon related. I've been thinking about some ideas for decks. They're probably not very good, but yeah. I've been playing some VGC, trying to get into that. I've been playing a lot of double battles. Whenever I have some free time, I just play a double battle before class. And I'm like 500, so, it's going pretty cool. And I like it a lot.
Isn't 500 bad?
It's
okay.
not bad when you only have like 6 fully EV trained guys and you're forced to use them every single battle and you don't know what you're doing.
Well, in that case, congratulations on breaking even. You've also been growing out your bum beard. What's going on with that?
I just haven't shaved in a while.
All right. Well, I should stop shaving too, and we
I
can be the Bum Brothers.
I can give you the sad version.
Oh, it's all right. I don't think the viewers feel like being depressed tonight. All right, Pram, what about you?
Let's see. Been playing some PTCGO. I haven't actually opened any Plasma Storm packs other than like the free one they gave me. But yeah, I somehow amassed like all the trainers for it, so that's pretty cool. But I don't have any of the EXs, so that's kind of like bad. But yeah, I've been playtested a little bit for states coming up, and yeah. Oh, also been playing some League of Legends recently. It's alright.
Yeah, I saw that you actually stopped playing StarCraft. Like we all used to play StarCraft, and well, I guess we all slowly stopped. But you took on League of Legends, so you're basically a bandwagon jumper.
Well, I mean, like people are like, "Hey, you want to play?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll play with you." And then, yeah, it's fun. It's easy. It's real easy, but it's fun.
Traitor.
That's what I'm saying, man. But it's all right. It's all right. We didn't need you for StarCraft anyways. When Heart of the Swarm comes out, we aren't going to be there begging you.
I'm going to be playing on day one. I'm playing that campaign. I got to see the story.
All right.
I played Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is a pretty good game, by the way.
I heard that was pretty good too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game. I recommend it.
All right, man. Well, call me a nerd, but I'm digging all the SimCity streams that are going on. Like, I started watching all these Twitch TV streams. I saw SimCity, and like, I understand. I get it. It might not be the most exciting game in the world, but I'm telling you, man. Like, just to see those natural disasters happen once every 4 or 5 hours.
I get it. I understand, dude. Like, have you ever played
Look,
Civ
guys,
5?
Don't judge.
Have you played Civ 5?
I'm sorry.
That's not the same thing.
No, but it's
No, I
like the
don't
same
think I have.
addiction.
No, it's not.
How is it not?
You attack and invade other countries in Civ 5.
Look, dude, I want to grow
Buildings.
city, and if I-
You build buildings in Sim City.
I'm glad we are discussing Pokemon so much tonight.
Cam just wants to
If
be
it
a
needs
city
a police
planner,
station, I'll give it a
okay?
police station. If it needs a sewage company, then I'll give them a sewage company. That's what I like. All right? Are you really gonna hate on my?
I mean, I'll watch Parks and Recreation every now and then, but this is over the top.
I could see Crim watching and being like, "You put the jail there? No one put the jail there."
That's what I was thinking. I was watching some like really famous streamer last night for the first time ever, and the dude was like making all these like little like ridiculous mistakes, and I was just sitting there going like, how is this guy so popular? How did 5,000 people just watch this train wreck?
Mistakes?
But,
What's a mistake?
look, man, all I know is that when your bus can't make it through the city's route, and when there's car jams and the fire trucks can't even get to the fire to the place that's that's on fire or whatever,
Sounds
then
like
you
a
got
real
a problem,
city.
all right? And that's what I call a mistake. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, we're gonna leave it at that. It's all right. I'm not gonna get mad about. I don't want to get mad about this. I'm getting kind of fired up. No. Also, like Pram, I've been playing a little bit of PTCGO, but also like Pram, I haven't really purchased any of the Plasma Storm packs. I did have a really large collection before the big downtime, and I've slowly been trading away all of my primes. And I think I have all the necessary cards for Plasma Storm, even though I haven't opened any cards. But I really want to foil my deck out. I want to get like the full art Lugia EXs and all that stuff. So I every once in a while log in, do some trades, and once I do that, I'm gonna feel all right about Plasma Storm. I've played a little bit with the new set. Obviously, like Drew, I'm semi-retired in the sense that I hardly play anymore, and I haven't been going to I played something like 5 games with it, and then all of a sudden I went, well, this is like extremely boring and ridiculous, and I decided to go with a different deck, and now we're offline. All right. Woo.
It'll come back up.
Are we still offline?
Way to go, Pram.
Right.
It'll come back up. It's
All
just
right.
a hiccup. Just keep going.
All right. Well, apparently it's back up. So yeah, the hypnotoxic laser really fired me up, and I really want to speak about that a little bit. I know that it's something that we've touched on for a while now, but it was the first time I actually got to play it, and now that I got to experience it, I know what you guys have been talking about, and I know what you guys have been complaining about this whole time. So I am kind of excited to see what it does to States and what people's reactions are to this. Like if people decide that States was like the worst format they've ever played, or if it was one of their favorite formats. I'm kind of interested to see how people are going to react to the laser. So I guess that's what our first topic is going to be for the day. And we're going to start with probably the most experienced person with this format, so that he can kind of give us a good idea of what we're going with. So Kyle, can you please kind of tell us about the metagame that you're expecting and how you expect your Plasma Storm to really shake things up here?
I think the number one coming out of Plasma Storm obviously is Laser and Verbank, which the deck that seems to benefit the most from that is Darkrai. And we've seen that just from we saw just Darkrai Sableye with Lasers and Verbank that won a big tournament. We've actually seen some international tournaments. Darkrai Lasers has won those as well. The other deck to come out of Plasma Storm is Plasma Clang Clang. The ability to just shut off EXs is huge, but the downside to that is that there's easy fire counters like the V-Create Victini. It's pretty simple. So those are the two big things that come out of Plasma Storm. But then we also still have Blastoise. It gets the Black Kyurem EX, which does 200, and pretty much any deck can use Laser. Honestly, it just seems like the game sped up a lot, where before you could probably get through the first 1 or 2 turns without any major damage. Turn 2 is where you start to get a little iffy, Midnight Spear, stuff like that. But now, turn 1, you have to fear for your life. Like, I do not feel safe starting with a 60 or 70 hit point Pokemon anymore. I really don't. And that just makes decks like Blastoise, even starting with a Sableye, or starting Dynamo obviously is the worst. All of these basics, these little basics, you can't guarantee they're going to survive, because Laser, Verbank, it's plus 30 damage. So, say someone has Laser, Verbank, and then like Mewtwo double colorless, any 70 hit point Pokemon actually gets knocked out immediately. That's happened to me quite a few times. So I think we're going to have a lot of complaints with that. And Darkrai just seems like the best deck to me, and I think that's what we'll see do the best.
So all of these decks are using this Laser and Verbank combo, right? Or the majority, at least?
I mean, the basic decks, like Darkrai, or just like Landers, Mewtwo decks, stuff like that, yeah, they're all using Laser, Verbank. The evolution decks, like Blastoise, you can't really fit it, but you don't really need to when you do 200 with Black Kyurem. But yeah, I would say most decks will run Laser.
So you could realistically expect for your opponent to deal 60 damage on his first turn. I mean, counting the poison damage with the Sableye. I mean,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Adama for.
That's pretty ridiculous. That's
Sableye, Dark Claw, Laser, Verbank, 68-point Pokemon gets knocked out. Yeah.
That's insane. Squirtle's going to feel fear for its life for a while. Assuming during states it might happen more than once. So that's kind of nerve wracking if you're the stage 2 player that has all these 60 HP Pokemon in his deck, 70 HP even. So yeah, I actually that's a fair point, and that's actually a big concern. A major concern is that a lot of games are going to be ending on the first turn, and if they don't end on the first turn, like they're almost going to be decided on the first turn. Because if your opponent even if he doesn't knock out your Pokemon, if he gets a laser on turn 1 on you, then you're set up to be in real rough shape, because all your opponent has to do is just keep the pressure up, and from turn 1 on, I mean you're losing so many prizes, and you're going to be on the back foot, and going first is going to be so important.
Yeah, like I said, Darkrai is the one that definitely gained the most out of this, because the math works so perfectly against those 170 hit point EXs like Keldeo, Rayquaza, even Mewtwo, because you hit for 30 with Laser and Verbank, then you have a Dark Claw, which makes you do 110. So right there, you hit for 140 damage, which means if you hit them with the 30 from the bench damage from Night Spear, that's an easy setup for a knockout. And it also knocks out Blastoise in one hit. So it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane. Potter,
And 32
have you been playing this? Okay, yeah, that's true. Potter, what about you? Have you been playing this format at all? And if so, what are your thoughts on it?
Not played it at all, but I've been thinking about it quite a bit. And
Okay.
my original idea deck that I have that I think I'm going to play right now is going to have 4 Mewtwo's, 4 DCs, 4 Hypnotoxic Lasers, 3 or 4 Verbanks, and I'm just going to go to town, and I'm just going to go nuts, and nobody's going to stop me.
So like half of the format. All right.
Well,
Congratulations, you just broke
too.
the format.
Tornadus? Why would you have Tornadus? I don't know.
You
Maybe.
can do 60.
At least.
The Mewtwo's better versus other things. I don't have a dog deck. I have a sustained long game deck that also has the ability to dog people very easily.
Okay. All right.
And I got counters to everything in the deck. Boofalot.
Let me
Mewtwo.
ask you this question, Potter.
That's it.
If you haven't been playing this format very much, do you expect to go to week 1 of states?
I'm going to week 1 and I'm going to week 2. Maybe not going to week 3 because it would cost me a lot more, but we'll see.
You already expect to have 2 victories under your belt, so what's the point of getting a third?
I'm not that confident.
Oh, really?
Not this time. Nope.
What?
What is going on?
I've been a loser, guys. I've lost a lot of games recently. So we'll see. I gotta keep busting, but I'm gonna win Maryland States. I'm calling it right now. I'm gonna be back-to-back Maryland State champion. I'm never gonna retire my title.
Okay.
Might as well not even show up. Just go to Delaware. Just go to Delaware, everybody. Just go to Delaware.
All right. So if you haven't been playing this format very much, and it feels like your theory is still at stage 1, you haven't
No.
really
Well,
advanced.
I've actually listened to and looked at a lot of people talking about it, so I kind of feel like I know what people are saying about certain things and how certain things work together. But the biggest question mark I have is what percentage of people are going to play like certain decks, like Klinklang. Sometimes I feel like it's amazing, and sometimes I feel like 50% of the field's going to play Klinklang, and then other times I'm thinking, well, maybe it won't be that big, and maybe it'll be just like 10%. I don't know. So
Okay.
that's
All right.
yeah, that's the
I'm
biggest
glad we got somewhere.
that's the biggest question mark for me is what are people going to play, rather than what works well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, that's fine. I'll give you this format at all, and if so, are you prepared for states? Pram.
Oh, what was that? Say that again? Sorry. No, I lagged a little bit.
This is
So.
a great show we're having.
Hey, man.
No, I'm just kidding, man. Are you prepared for states? Have you been playing at all? And if so, what do you expect out of week 1?
I got a couple games in here and there. So I've played a few games with Clang Clang, a few games with Darkrai. a game or two with Blastoise, and pretty much they're all just broken. So this is pretty much what the format is. You just have a bunch of broken decks going at each other who can kind of beat each other first. So I can go anywhere between undefeated and 0-4 drop or 0-3 drop, somewhere in between.
And how are you doing when it comes to the points, championship points?
Somewhere in between 0 wins and all the wins. What a great range.
Just turning into Pooka, man. Leave him alone.
So, I'm sorry. Well, I got distracted. What was that?
Okay.
You're not going to win any games.
How are you doing with championship points?
I'm at 230, I believe. Yeah, 230.
So you actually do need a pretty good stage showing, right, to be
Well,
able to qualify for Worlds?
Let's be honest. I've had a pretty terrible year. If it wasn't for me piggybacking on Worlds, I'd be done.
Yeah, how many points do you have?
230.
Oh, yeah, see, I even have more points than him without the world's part.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Wait, how many do you have, Potter?
I have 150.
Oh, so you're subtracting his 100 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've had a pretty bad year, and that's generally an indication to me on how bad the format is.
I'm the best.
Do you feel like it might be your lack of preparation?
The hard-hitting questions.
Well, I didn't go to any battle roads.
You guys don't even know how many games we played before Cities. It was like 3 or 4 whole games. Right?
And then I went into regionals pretty underprepared. That was pretty bad. But
Yeah, we only played.
But no, it was luck. It was all luck.
No, but
This format's
the
terrible.
cities format was just like, it was just all luck, man, all luck.
Yeah, my biggest
All right.
So
playing for really.
I mean, like, to me, like, if that was like kind of fluky, and the game just got more fluky, then it's just gonna get worse.
So I shouldn't really ask you what you think of the format.
Well, I just stated what I thought of the format.
Pretty
Exactly.
much.
Do you feel like it's all due to the laser, or do you feel like there might be other?
I don't even
ingredients?
think it's the laser's fault. I think it's more of a philosophy that they've taken on with this block.
Okay.
Which is
Philosophy of selling out.
which is basically like, we want games to be as short as possible. Is like, if that was like the one sentence that explained the format, that would be it. We want games as short as possible. So this is what we got.
One word: sell out.
Okay. So you're obviously not very fond of the format, but you're still going to be playing at State. Do you prepare your actual deck ready, or
I don't really have.
should I repeat that question?
Yeah, can you repeat that real quick? You lagged out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I know we are lagging quite a bit, but I'm just asking if you feel like you already have your deck prepared, if you feel like you're already at least ready for week 1, or if you're gonna have to play test on PTCGO a bit.
Oh, dude, I've already conceded the fact that I'm probably not going to win any of these states. So, I'm just playing week 1. I'm just playing what I like,
Yeah.
and hopefully it works out well. Because I figure, no matter what I play, I have the same odds of either just being really lucky or my opponent being really lucky. So
You literally messaged me yesterday saying that Luke broke the format, and then you had the format breaking deck. This was yesterday.
Shh, be quiet, man. You're not supposed to spill the beans.
I get those messages every week, and then
Yeah, see, it's not a secret. Like, you're gonna tell people that you broke the format. This is what you do.
My favorite messages from Pram are like, "Yeah, I broke the format again. Yeah, you know." Then all of a sudden I'm like, "So you've been playing recently?" He's like, "No, I haven't played a bit. I just know."
Yeah, the first 2 years I started playing, every time Mike would tell me he broke the format, I'd be like, yeah, I see it. Yeah, this is great. And I just believe him. I'd play the decks that whatever he played, card for card, list for list. And then as time is going on, I start to realize not all of this is completely factual.
All I know is I'm never gonna forget when I was at Chad Harris's house in San Diego. I think we were doing the city championship marathon, and myself, Chad Harris, Chris Silver, nickname Truck, and his girlfriend were all hanging out, for that entire week. And then all of a sudden, like, I just wake up in the morning and I get a text from Pram saying, "Oh, dude, we broke the format, blah, 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 blah." And I go downstairs and I meet up with the rest of the guys, and they're all already building the deck. And they're already, like, preparing themselves for I think it was Zekrom, and it just fell hard in its face. And, like, after one game or something like that, they're like, "Oh, this is just Pram being Pram." And that was that.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I'm used to it. It's all right.
You gotta sift through.
all right.
Listen. If I just say this a bunch of times, one of these times I'm just gonna be right. You just gotta sift through it.
All I'm
I
saying
swear,
is,
like every week I get a message from Pram saying I broke the format, and then I'm like, all right, what is it this time? And then he'll tell me about it. I'm like, I'll point out like an obvious flaw. He'll be like, that doesn't happen, and then he'll just keep believing it's the best deck until like a week later, and then he's like, maybe it wasn't as good as I may have described it.
Well, that's because
but
that's because I just I don't actually play games with these decks. I just go, well, theoretically, this deck is just awesome, and then I just go tell people
leave the
about it.
theory to somebody else, buddy. Leave the theory to somebody who actually knows what he's doing with it.
See what you should not do going into states.
I've
You
adopted
should have a
philosophy.
prepared idea that you have tested, not Pram philosophy of.
I realize
I think this breaks the format. I'm gonna play it.
now this is what I do. This is what I just did with the Mewtwo deck.
Hey, you're on
Yeah.
my level now.
Yeah, you're learning from
Congratulations.
the worst.
Oh no.
All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to Drew. Drew, buddy. I know you're not going to states. I realize that. That's fine. We are retired. We're hanging strong for a little while. But in the meantime, I do want to ask you what you feel, at least from what you've heard from us and what you and whatnot, how you feel about this format. And if you agree with Pram that it's not all that hot, and that's putting it lightly.
Well, I've actually played more than Pram and Ben, it seems like. I've been playing on the PTCGO a lot. I was trying to play a couple games every day, get those bonuses, those friendly bonuses.
You can never have too many tokens.
Yeah, never have too many tokens. I had like 100 tokens, now I have thousands. So, woo!
I kept spending my tokens.
It's
on
hard to earn
trainer
those
box.
tokens with Excadrill, man. Like, those things
Gonna go on
have
a
to be worth a
shopping
lot for
spree.
you.
You can spend your tokens.
Yeah,
No.
you can.
Not on good stuff.
Oh, you can spend it on the most frivolous stuff ever.
Gotta buy my guy some shirts, man.
I did that. I bought all the backgrounds. All
Is that
the
how you can get
outfits.
those cool
I have
sleeves?
every doll.
No, those are free.
This sounds awesome.
Those
I don't
sleeves are
understand.
This is what you can go to Pokemon.com and you got your little like avatar on Pokemon.com. You can buy accessories for that, and that's what Pram did.
He cleaned himself out. That's cool. That's all right.
Yeah.
But
This
it doesn't show up on Pokemon TCG
Yeah,
Online.
you
It just
can't
shows
even
up
see it.
on Pokemon.com.
this is still
So nobody sees it.
the best news ever.
It's just something for me. It's something for
This
me.
is great.
If he could put gold teeth on himself, he would. So
I mean, like
That's
y-
just
dude,
Pram being Pram.
When I log in onto my Pokemon on
Grill.
Pokemon site or profile, I have like the two favorite Pokemon. It's just Gardevoir and Uxie right there, and that's it.
you're ridiculous.
His character has like a cane and top hat, all decked out.
Well, I switch it up every week. Sometimes I recently I was in Galactic. The
Put
Galactic
more time into
uniform.
your avatar than actually playing the game.
This is degenerating, man. This is degenerating really badly. Continue.
All right. Anyways, so I play a few games every day, or I try to with whatever Excadrill, whatever. But I'll be fine, and then I'll play like Darkrai, and it'll be something stupid where they get a Darkrai turn 2, they're lasering me all the time, and I just rage quit and I won't play for the rest of the night. So that about sums up the format to me. Regardless of whether you like laser or not, I think you're just gonna get like sick of playing it at states at some point. You're just gonna get frustrated, and I don't think that's good for the game at all. So I'm not a big fan of this format. pretty luck-based, it seems.
Well, yeah, generally, like,
And I'm glad I don't have to play.
I keep having these audio issues with you guys.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's just on my end or if it's just
Well,
Skype. being
I hear.
Skype,
I don't
but-
know if it's Skype or if it's me. So who knows?
Okay.
I have everything loud and
Anyway.
clear.
So anyway,
Anyways, we won't let that stop us. Obviously, this is the state show, so you guys are more than welcome to ask us any questions. I realize we've been being kind of silly. Can't help it. We've had a long break, and we're just like letting loose. So, anyways, the Top Cut, Facebook.com/Top Cut Pokemon. I'm sorry, is where you guys can ask us questions. We really don't have all that much else to talk about other than the 2-day states, and if you guys have anything else to add on as far as the metagame's concerned before we answer the questions, I'll be more than happy to talk about that right now. So, speak now or forever hold your peace.
all right, let's move.
All right.
No, hold on.
I knew it.
We're holding on.
We're holding.
I just want to say the Philippines had a tournament with Plasma Storm, and looks like Darkrai pretty much dominated that tournament. But the interesting thing is they did tech for the Plasma Kling. The winning deck was just Darkrai with the V-Create Victini. And then, like, every deck we can see, I see second place was a Landorus Mewtwo Tornadus with Reshiram to counter Kling. And then there was one Plasma Kling deck in the top 4. And then you can look down the list for top 8. It's Darkrai with V-Create Victini. Reshiram. Landorus Mewtwo with V-Create Victini. So people are pretty paranoid of Plasma Kling, and if people build their decks like that, we are not going to see Kling do very well.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kyle. Pram, before the actual set came out, like once the Kling got announced, Pram messaged me and so did Truck, who happens to be his playtest partner, and they both messaged me about this exact Plasma Kling deck that they thought was going to break the format. They thought that they were going to sweep cities with it, or I'm sorry, what was it? They thought that they were going to sweep whatever tournament city. No, because this was a long time ago. I guess they were talking about states, but like this is probably like 2-3 months ago. Anyways, they thought they were going to sweep this tournament series with it, and then I realized, I'm like, there's no way that this deck is going to go under the radar for so long, because it's just got such a strong ability for the current metagame that people are either going to talk about it and build it up and make it the next big thing, which means people are going to obviously tech for it. And I expected V-Create Victini to actually make a showing, and the fact that we hadn't been hearing about it all that much kind of made me wonder if maybe that was going to be people's secret tech for the state's metagame or not. But I did expect it to come around, because it just seems like such a match winner for a deck. Like, just completely counters that Kling deck.
Well, yeah, anything fire, Kling just loses to.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the Recreate Victini is just such an easy addition, and just an easy way to beat the deck.
I almost think Reshiram's better, which I never even thought about before as like a possible thing, but it seems cool.
Reshiram's weird because they can just hit you for 30.
Yeah, 30.
And then 100 with Cobalion EX, and then you don't really do anything.
Unless you play Giant Cape. Yes!
What if they play Tool Scrapper?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why wouldn't you play Eviolite instead of Giant Cape?
Yeah.
Because Cobalion gets to Eviolite.
Ooh.
Yeah, but they would do 10 the first time.
The second attack gets through Eviolite.
Yeah, but they would do 10, not 30.
I know, but you play it for Bouffalon too, so Bouffalon doesn't get knocked out by Cobalion. Owned.
There you go.
Alright.
I knew exactly where
So,
Ben was
2-day
going with
states,
this
boys.
one too.
2-day states. There was supposed to be 2 states that had 2-day states. Now there's only one. Illinois is going to be the only tournament actually doing a 2-day states, and I had a lengthy discussion with Kyle about it. Well, as soon as it was announced, and I was completely against it. Kyle seemed to be kind of for it at the time, and the more time I've had to think about it, the more I've become kind of like, yeah, whatever. If that's what they're going to do, I just hope it doesn't become the norm, and I guess we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, I thought Missouri was going to do it too, and I was afraid that it was going to kind of start to be the norm. But I guess it's kind kind of being nipped at the bud with Illinois. What do you guys think about 2-day states? Starting with Drew. Oh yeah, that's right, Drew. I chose you.
I think it's a good thing overall. I mean, having been successful at some point in my career, I played pretty late into some nights. I remember playing at like midnight or 1 a.m. for some states, and you're always really tired on the ride back. And I think it's overall a good thing. It'd be interesting to know whether they actually like polled people and did some surveys and saw actually how many people like that went far stayed the night too on Sunday, going into Sunday anyways, and based on that decision, because many people are like me, don't want to pay for a hotel, play as late as you can, and just drive home anyways. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a good thing, I think.
So you're for it. Okay, that's interesting. Pram, what about yourself?
I'm kind of on the fence on 2-day states. Like I can see like where some states it would just get ridiculous. You probably see like a 9-round. Like California, for example, would probably be like a numbers thing where it's just kind of like you're almost forced into it, but you don't do it anyways. So as a result, you run like these really like it gets to the point where it's poorly. Not saying California is poorly ran, but you get the risk of it being poorly ran because there's so many people, and then the experience is just kind of bad overall because it's all crammed in the one day. So I can see where like a numbers issues would force it to be 2 days, but generally, if there's some kind of system to allow it to be 1 day, I definitely think it's best as 1 day. Like regionals can get away with 2 days because they have VGC to go with it. So like you have the hall, like from an organizer perspective, you have like the hall for Saturday TCG, Sunday VGC, and then any flow over from TCG can go on Sunday. Whereas states, you don't have that luxury. Now, if they started introducing like a state championships for VGC also, and then said, hey, VGC state championships are going to be on the Sunday of this location, then that would like tidy up a 2-day states very nicely, I think. But it's going to be like, I think it's just people, no matter what they choose to stay with 1 day or to go 2 day, people will get used to it and just deal with it. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Okay. Potter, thoughts?
I don't think I like it, but I mean, spending the extra money is kind of whatever, but I can understand that it's kind of a big deal. They wouldn't have to do this if they wouldn't allow you to go to 3 or possibly even 4 different state championships. Like, if they just still had it at 2 or 1, they wouldn't need to do it 2 days. But because they have it at 3 or possibly 4, it's kind of necessary. So I think it's overall necessary. I don't like it, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Kyle, I have a question for you. Do you know if juniors and seniors are going to be 1 day events?
1 day, yeah.
Okay, so at least they're going to be sticking to 1 day because obviously they don't
I think
need
so.
2 day events.
I'm not 100% positive. I can check them.
I hope
Well,
they're
see,
1 day.
I would absolutely hope that they are 1 day. Like making them 2 day would be a gigantic mistake, because I can see that the biggest concern being obviously, first of all, a family of a certain whatever amount taking the time off. It's one thing to have a Saturday off and take your kids to tournament. It's another thing to have an entire weekend off.
All divisions are 2 days.
Okay, well, they are.
What? Wow.
That's what it says. It says all ages top 8 starts 11:30 on Sunday.
But they don't need.
Well, see,
that doesn't.
that's my biggest concern right here, and that's my biggest complaint is that it now becomes very unfeasible for a lot of families, and like it feels like you're almost turning people away, not on purpose, obviously, but you're almost turning people away because I mean, if I'm a father of a 10 and under kid or whatever, I mean, first of all, it's gonna be difficult for me to even take my kid to this tournament on 1 day, let alone 2, and then I have to factor in the cost of just the overall cost, hotel, gas, food. Food gets expensive when you pay for multiple people. I mean, all these things, it becomes very unaffordable. And I mean, obviously, nobody's ever played Pokemon for the prizes, so I'm not going to get into the prizes argument. But I mean, there's only so much people can afford, and you're already kind of pushing the boundaries. And I mean, 2-day events for kids and well for both younger age divisions just seems ridiculous. That I'm actually completely against. Masters, all right. I would have given you the leeway. I would have been like, all right, whatever. I mean, if Masters wanted, if it's necessary for Masters, then so be it. But the 10 and under and 11 to 14 is just ridiculous. Thoughts, Kyle?
My initial thoughts were really another 2-day event. I think that's everyone's initial reaction. Like, this season has already felt like it's so long. I mean, with 3 regionals, so many cities, battle roads, all this stuff, it feels like the season has dragged on quite a bit. And I think that was the main complaint of everyone. Like, man, another 2-day event, I have to travel even more. I have to spend more on hotel. Like, it's just taking up more and more of my time. Like, where do you draw the line on this stuff? And I agreed with that initially. But, I mean, the more I thought about it, the more I talked to the people running the tournament. They basically... We had 8 rounds in the top 16, I think, for states. And if you're expecting that again this year, you're expecting the numbers to grow, probably. Because, I mean, we had the Chicago Marathon. Probably expected a lot of people to come to Chicago for Illinois States. And so they were expecting, like, at least 9 rounds, top 16. And he was just showing me he wants to do a 75-minute top cut because we all agree that's a better thing to do for the game. And he was showing me, like, if we run this event absolutely perfectly, we're getting out at midnight or 1, like, at the earliest. And how can you justify that? Like, having people show up at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning and then leaving at 1 in the morning. Like, it's better for them to split it up in 2 days. I know, honestly, it sucks to have to stay that every day. But as, like, responsible tournament organizers, it seemed like the better option to spend it in 2 days. And I think this will become a thing we see often if attendance grows to that point. There's just no way to get around it, I think. I know we've all played through tournaments that stayed until 1, 2 in the morning. I know I have several times. But it's a grind. I mean, at some point, it just feels like an endurance test more than anything. So, I'm not against this weekend, both days. But, yeah, I can see both sides of it. But in the end, I feel like 2 days is probably the right decision.
Now, what if I brought an alternate scenario to you? And what if I told you that maybe instead of doing 2-day states, maybe they do something along the lines of once you reach over 200 people, you add a second pod to the states, and that kind of relieves the problem. It relieves a lot of the issues. And if there's 300 some odd players, you split the players in half, and you run 2 different tournaments, and you have 2 champions or whatnot. That alleviates a lot of the issues. That makes it so that it becomes affordable, and it gives you an opportunity to really just make everybody happy, I think.
Well, you said there'd be 2 winners?
I mean, there needs to be an alternative that doesn't include adding more 2-day events.
Is that what you said? There'd be 2 champions?
Why don't we just make it so that
There you
everybody is a champion and win? Everybody wins dates. He's lagging out, but I heard a really weird sound come from this. Anybody else hear that? It was like, that's how it sounded.
We lost him.
Oh no.
He's so embarrassed. There'd be 2 state champions. What did I just say? Exit.
Yeah, I don't know where that prize money comes from, but I don't know. Someone suggested pods before, and there's a reason it didn't work out. I don't think it actually saved much.
Well, pods only cuts down 1 round.
I don't know.
Pods only cuts down a round, so it's like not even. It saves you like 40 minutes.
Yeah. Crim, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Wait, was I the only one that got dropped?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, it really is my internet.
You pay your bills this month?
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm still getting everybody's camera back. All right. Anyways, I'm sorry. What was the last thing that you guys got to hear me say?
2 champions.
Yes, 2 champions, and I'm actually I'm still standing by that, man. Like there needs to be an alternate. Look, guys, I realize that it sounds a little silly, but don't you think that having 2-day states also gets a little silly as well? Like if you start to think about it, like you have nationals, you have worlds, those are fine. I mean, those are events that you have to have. Then you have 3 different regionals that are all 2-day events. You have Infinite City Championships. You have Marathon City Championships. You have Battle Roads, which are worth nothing, but I mean, you still have to attend because even though the prize support is so ridiculously bad, you still have to do it because that's how you get the Worlds. And then on top of all of that, they're asking you to do 2-day states. Like that's just a little bit too much. That's where you got to draw the line. And if there's an alternate way to get 1-day states to happen, why not? Like why not have a
2 state champions?
Yes, that's still fine. Like you got to think outside the box for this, man. Like, don't you think that having 2 state champions is still better than having like a co-champion? Is still better than having another 2-day event?
I'm not sure.
Seriously, don't you?
I'm not sharing.
I'm not sure that's cool.
Unify the state championships if you want.
UUA does that. Only the attendance got so big that they actually the top 4, and then they said, all right, top number of prizes, and they actually decided on time.
Crim, we don't support socialism. You equal
champion, but you different pods. You have them both play down to their champion. Both. That actually fixes everything.
Like the championship.
Well, yeah, the Swiss ran shortened because you have less people per tournament. There's alternate ways to fix a solution, to find a solution here. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, obviously, my solution is like just I came up with it off the top of my head immediately, but I'm suggesting something that
let's divide the field of players into 4 pods, and then they all play. Or how about 8 pods? Yeah, that's a good one.
I can't hear anything. None of us can hear each other either. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Looking for a solution here. We need better internet is what we need.
Not being cooperative.
Are we good? Because nobody was breaking up for me very much, except for about 10 seconds, about a minute ago.
You know what it is, though? It's that you're hosting the call, and Pram is hosting the stream. So it doesn't matter what you see; it's what Pram sees.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Chris.
Yeah. So it's definitely on. But anyways,
Are we good now?
I think we're good. I feel like we're
5 people
good. I
always,
haven't actually.
5 people always gets rough on Skype calls. When we all have the video up, that's the real reason.
I'm sitting down.
Go from there. Someone watching the stream? We're gonna have to break the piggy bank. Thank you.
Take a break.
All right.
Break it is.
Break time.
All right, boys. Guess what? We have an unprecedented break. We'll be back very shortly. And
Woo! Break time.
the internet issues will be fixed.